back to my K-pop tarot channel. Today I'm going to continue doing 2024 prediction readings. This time around for one of my subscribers recommended group, which is Treasure. This video is probably going to be a bit longer one, so please take your chips, your popcorn and so on. And there are some parts that you can freely skip. While watching this video, please keep in mind that this is all for entertainment purposes only. I don't claim to know the future, the events that might happen or anything like that. I'm just telling what my cards are pointing to me, even if it's sometimes negative or positive, I hope so. Take my words with a grain of salt, as they might be completely incorrect. And yeah, without further ado, subscribe, like, and let's start. So this part is going to be only card shuffling part, so if you are not interested in that, you can just skip to the actual predictions. But if you are, let's start. Let's start off with what kind of month is January of 2024 going to be for K-pop boy group Treasure. What about February of 2024 for K-pop boy group Treasure? One card only. This card, since it like poked my sides. Next is March of 2024. You want to need to take this card. Okay. March. What about April of 2024 for Treasure K-pop boy group? Okay, this one. Next we have May. I'm going to take this one since it popped out as only one card and went to the other side, which indicates that it wanted to pop out. May. What about June? Okay, June. Next we have July of 2024 for K-pop boy group Treasure. July. What about August of 2024? Going to take this card since it popped out. August. What about September? October of 2024 for K-pop boy group Treasure. One card only. Okay. What about November of 2024? November. And finally, the month of December. This one. Okay, thank you. And I'm also going to take one card for each month from the Oracle deck as well, in similar, style. What about January? Please describe January of 2024 for K-pop boy group Treasure. One card only. Okay, which one I'm taking? This one. This one. What about February? March. Okay. March. Next on the list we have April of 2024 for K-pop boy group. Okay, I'm going to take this one, the top card, as I always do. Next we have May. June. This. Very fast moving, very fast shuffling card. Very interesting. July. Okay, this card. August of 2024 for K-pop boy group. Okay, this one. August. What about September? Okay. Okay. September, October, this one. Next we have November of 2024 for K-pop boy group Treasure. This one. This one, the top card. And finally December. Okay, going to take this one since the cover everything is showed. And finally, please describe 2020 as an overall year for K-pop boy group Treasure. One card only. 2024 as an overall year. Okay, taking the top card as I always do. And one more card from Tarot. 2024 as an overall year for K-pop boy group Treasure. Going to take the top card as I always do. Okay. This one. Okay, let me just do this and that. Okay. Okay. So, welcome back. If you skipped and if you watched the shuffling part as well, thank you for watching, and welcome back as well. In this sort of oval or circle, I have 12 cards that describe each month of 2024, and in the middle we have one card to describe 2024 as an overall year. And yeah, without further ado, let's start off with January, the first month of 2024. And for that, I got the card of Wheel of Fortune and the card of Vision. Right off the bat, this month is definitely a very successful one. I wouldn't even be surprised if they are releasing some sort of new project, maybe a comeback or like a tour announcement of some sort, like something to be celebrating for, something to be excited and look forward to. I do think that in January they will receive a lot of love and attention, especially from international public, if I have to say so. There is a chance that they are traveling somewhere outside of Korea. I don't know why, maybe for some sort of international project, schedule, or anything like that. I wouldn't even be surprised if they win some sort of award, or just, I don't know, celebrating something. Maybe they, like one member is celebrating its birthday or some sort. But I do also think that this month is definitely a very successful one. And both, in streams, in views, and in terms of like something new coming up. Maybe they are releasing some sort of, I don't know, schedule announcement for the whole 2024 year. Something, I don't know why, but I get this feeling like something that the fans can look up to, wait for, and just be really excited, because the fans believe that this will bring in a new success and new opportunities for the boys. Next, we'll move on to February. For February, I got the card of Five of Pentacles and the card of Statues. Right off the bat, if January was very happy, month, February is unfortunately not as good of a month. There is a chance that one member might take some sort of break or get some sort of injury. I don't know if it is a mental one or a physical injury, like breaking a leg, breaking some like bone in your body, or just in general feeling anxiety, mental health issue of some sort, or pain in some part of your body. As well as that, I do think that in February a lot of fighting might be happening in social media platforms, but it's like the fans fighting and defending the honor of Treasure. I don't know why. Maybe other K-pop like groups, fans will try to and belittle, the name of Treasure. Look, oh, my favorite group is better, way better than Treasure, or some sort, and the fans will, say no, Treasure is, like the first boy group to achieve something, like break something, have this, maybe even call them, leaders of their generation of some sort, you know, like some sort of defending will be really noticeable in February, and maybe even fighting of some sort. But I do think that maybe two members of Treasure mm, will gain some sort of attention from public for their looks. Maybe there is a chance that one member is changing the hairstyle, for example, or I don't know why, but like hair and looks are important as well in February. Now let's move on to March. For March, I got the card of Patience and the card of Page of Wands, but it is in reverse position. So fans are really waiting for new music, for something new to be released, for the creative souls of Treasure Boys to finally be, showcased. And there is like a lot of waiting. Maybe there is a chance that it was promised that some sort of project may come out in March, or there were some speculations about like a possible comeback of some sort, or a possible schedule and work, and it's getting postponed, like getting pushed, and the fans are patiently waiting for something. There is a chance that mm, Treasure as a whole group will be praised for their um, originality and their ability to always give creative stages and creative performances, and just in general be like this really super nice boys. so they could so they could get praises for quote unquote not following the rules of K-pop, if I have to say. And I do think that this month is very a month where maybe the boys will not have as many eye to eye you know schedules with their fans as they usually do. Maybe they are working very hard behind the scenes, and the fans can't wait for just new music coming from Treasure. Next we have April. For April, I got the card of Two of Pentacles and the card of Inspiration. So April is definitely a very successful month as well. They will, Treasure members are going to be working on a lot of projects, and like juggling quite a lot of things at the same time, working not only on one thing but also on other. There is even a chance that maybe they are releasing a song in different language, so for example maybe a Japanese comeback, or just in general going back and forth between Korea and international places. But I do think that Treasure will be doing something that you know other K-pop idols will look up to and feel inspired. Or Treasure, Treasure is a very hard and talented, boys. They have gone through quite a lot in their careers, and I think that what they achieve and what they, their goal is as an idol is to achieve, public and their fans to have a greater life, to follow their dreams. And I do think that is going to be very noticeable in April. maybe they are going to have some sort of, fan call, like this schedules where they one member can, talk to a fan, if you know what I mean, and the fans will tell Treasure Boys, oh, you inspired me to, achieve my dreams to go for my favorite profession, and I did it. Thank you for being this really respected role model. This, like, this appreciation for Treasure, if I have to say. Next, we have May. For May, I got the card of Page of Swords and the card of Extremism. Do think that in May there's going to be some sort of legal documents and requirements that the Treasure Boys will have to, maybe even be forced to do, or they are going to be doing something that they are really not looking forward to, but since the contract is telling them, and if you want to get money you have to do that. I wouldn't even be surprised if they could have some sort of run into a Sesang issue, where their private information might get leaked on, or just, in general, the crazy fans will try to follow them and, fantasize about them, something like that. But, like, stalking, maybe even issue of some sort, or maybe there wasn't enough privacy and boundaries being crossed that shouldn't be crossed. I also do think that Treasure will have a lot of traveling being made in May, because Page of Swords is like you feeling on top of the world, you traveling from one place to one another. But I do think that this month is a relatively successful one as well. Next, we move on to June. For June, I got the card of the Emperor and the card of Defense. So they could have some sort of interaction with their higher up or the CEO of their company. Maybe the fans will complain about the mismanagement of the boys, or about the company itself, like how shady and how unprofessional the higher ups of the company might be. I also do think that Treasure, there could be some fighting going around between the Treasure Boys, not fully going for one thought, for one idea. So maybe one member, for example, wants to do a slower song and the other is going for, like, their usual style music, some sort of defense and going around. I also do think that they should be really careful who they trust and who they let into, their economic and money issues. Not issues, but just in general, the money aspect of their career, who they should trust and who they shouldn't, because they could have run into some shady people, like selfish people who want to take away the hard earned money from Treasure Boy, like a man of some sort. One member in June could really shine in June, and maybe even release some project of their own, like solo. I don't know why. Next, we move on to July. For July, I got the card of the High Priestess and the card of the Power. This month is definitely a very successful one. I wouldn't be surprised if they are having concerts or festivals overseas, performing there, being like the main show, someone who hypes up the crowd, being this powerful. They could have really pretty photo shoots being dropped, or maybe one member is going to work closely with fashion related stuff, so be like film an advertisement of some sort, or become like an ambassador or promoter of one fashion like related brand, or attend some sort of model walking show. Or maybe just in general, doesn't have to be like that, but maybe a hair change, a style change for one member. And I do think that this month is a very successful one, yeah. And I see a lot of traveling, maybe they are having some sort of tour, maybe. Next we move on to August. For August, I got the card of Ace of Cups and the card of Decision. They do want to release new music. They want to impress their fans. They want to, be successful and be remembered in the K-pop history lines as, the group that was successful, whose music was really fun and to listen to. But there is some sort of decision having to be made, and it will require a bit of a struggle and a lot of communication and dialogues to finally reach the decision. That decision could be from the simplest one, what do we eat, what is the next concept that we are doing, and so on. But regardless of that, I do think that the boys will really try and push some new things out for their fans to be excited, and for them to hype up the boys, their talents and so on. There is a chance that the boys will go viral on social media, or for something like being themselves and so on. But regardless of that, I do think that August is a definitely very, very fun and exciting and successful month. Next we move on to September. For September, I got the card of the Hermit and the card of Independence. This card's a bit of concern from my case. Maybe the one member is taking some sort of break from idol industry for personal reasons. There is a chance that one member in particularly in September is going to stand out from the other boys, like gain the recognition, gain the attention, and stand out for something. Maybe one member is going to do some solo things, some solo projects and solo works. As well as that, they could run into the issue of mismanagement and not enough planning. So there could be some complaints coming from fans of the lack of future plans, and the lack of promotion, and the lack of safety being given to the Treasure Boys. Next we move on to October. For October, I got the card of Three of Pentacles and the card of Optimism. Yeah, if September was like all depressed and not that great of a month, the October is definitely one to bring in the excitement. I wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of subunit or some sort of collaboration, something completely different. They could have like a song, featuring someone or someone, yeah, or someone featuring a member or the whole group of Treasure, some sort of collaboration. I do think that the fans are really looking forward to the month of October, because it's full of fun, full of excitement, full of optimism. That it was really important coming from September, because September, if I have to say, feels like there is a lack of content being released, and in October there finally like videos, like maybe challenges of some sort, some interactions, really fun, the boys being on camera, being super fun, and some interactions that the fans are really looking forward to. Next, we move on to November. For November, I got the card of Four of Pentacles and the card of Companionship. Yeah, the boys will have to be really there for one another in November, because they will have to work a lot. Maybe they are attending some award shows around that time, or preparing for end of year things. There is a chance that you will see some interactions with other groups, with Treasure, and you really hype it up. And the friendship aspect, the companionship aspect in November really is important and really showcased. But as well as that, because I got the card of Four of Pentacles, and Pentacles is money, I do think that this month is a really fortunate and successful one, in terms of money. Maybe they will have way more streams, YouTube views, or just in general sell something and receive it back. But I do think that this month is a successful month. And finally, December. For December, I got the card of Seven of Swords and the card of Caution. Yeah, something is happening behind the scenes, or some people are surrounding Treasure when they shouldn't be, and the fans will be really really worried. Or maybe you shouldn't be hanging around with this person because they did something maybe in the past, fans really trying to protect Treasure from something like an outsider. Maybe there is some teasers being dropped about the next schedules and the next work of Treasure around that time. Maybe some secrets being released. They could have a bit of a safety issue, where there is not enough security to protect the member, for example, or the whole group of Treasure, and the fans are going to be really disappointed with the company and how they handle the boys. But regardless of that, I do think that this month is really fun month as well. And finally, 2024 as an overall year, I got the card of Nine of Wands and the card of Generosity. So this year is going to be definitely a very hard working year, and a lot of pressure, a lot of misconceptions and misinformation being leaked, or their private life being in danger. There is even a chance that they will have some sort of issues with stalking, their privacy, and their physical well-being. There's not enough security in airports or some sort of like that. I do think that if they really want to stand out in 2024, they have to step outside of their comfort zone. So maybe in 2024 they will be doing something different, changing their music style, their concept, for example. And I do think that this year they are going to shine both as a group and individuality wise. There's going to be members who stand out and receive attention for being themselves, for not following this norms or pretending to be someone you are not, just to be this fake sort of person. They will receive praises for being themselves and for being and having this really fun and outgoing personalities. There could be some mismanagement issues in 2024, but I do think that this year is a successful year, don't get me wrong. But it will require a lot of, responsibilities, a lot of... They will have to go through a lot to achieve success this year. And I wouldn't be surprised if they are having some sort of tour overseas, because there is like a physical survivor. Maybe one member is going to have a hiatus during 2024 or have mental health struggles, maybe not shown to the public, but deep down they are a bit, under the weather. But I do think that they are going to go from 2024 with their head held high and, be like an inspiration to others. That's what I got. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing, liking, and without further ado, goodbye.